Hey everybody, Tony Mejia here for WagerTalk, and we've got a pair of teams that have reached November with just 2 victories, making for an easy choice for the Week 9 Ratchet game. The Jaguars, who we relied on last week in a loss in London to the Broncos that got our Sunday started poorly, are back stateside to host the Raiders, who were absolutely dreadful in falling to the Saints. The Ratchet game is now 5-3 on the season, so we're on a 17-7 run. Josh Jacobs, he started Las Vegas's 24-0 loss in New Orleans fairly well, but ended up with only 10 carries, finishing with a season-low 43 yards and his least productive outing, too, because he's been great for the Raiders. Devontae Adams was sick before the visit to the Big Easy and only wound up with 1 catch on 5 targets, and he was also shut down on a key end around on 3rd and 1 that ended up losing a yard. And the Raiders were so pitiful that they went for a fake punt after that and got shut down on the very next play. Darren Waller didn't play due to a hamstring issue. Hunter Renfrow also got only 1 reception and on 2 targets. So outside of Fabian Moreau and Matt Collins producing some, Las Vegas' performance at the Superdome can best be described as anemic. They didn't cross midfield until there was 2 minutes left in the game and were shut out for the first time since 2014. Derek Carr threw for just 101 yards before mercifully being pulled late in favor of Jarrett Stidham, calling the entire offense's effort embarrassing. And the Raiders are yet still a 1.5-point favorite in this one against the Jaguars, despite that dreadful effort, which tells you how little stock odds makers put into Jacksonville's home field advantage. Like I said, the Jags blew our late lead in Wembley to fall to 2-6 in a 21-17 loss. Russell Wilson came back from his hamstring issue and pulled a late comeback, and the Jaguars have now dropped 5 straight. They had a costly red zone turnover, and Trevor Lawrence was again mediocre. So all the Jags' losses have actually been by 8 or fewer points, and Travis Etienne has responded to being dealt the full workload with James Robinson traded to the Jets. He had 156 yards on 24 carries. So there is some positives for Jacksonville to lean on despite its struggles following a 2-1 start under Doug Peterson. But still, we're going to ride with the Raiders. Josh McDaniels' first season has really gone off the rails almost immediately. They struggled offensively against the Chargers in Week 1, blew a huge halftime lead against Arizona the following Sunday, and failed to win consecutive games for the first time under McDaniels last week, considering they had blown out the Texans and then go and have that huge no-show in New Orleans. So they haven't won on the road yet all season, but they're favored here because more is expected out of this disappointing group. We'll ride that train as well. We expect Carr and the Las Vegas offense to rebound and take advantage of Jacksonville's struggles at home, where they've dropped 15 of the last 18. Rather than watch this thing and have the Raiders win by only a point, we'll go ahead and ride the money line, as opposed to laying the 1.5 points money lines of play. It's a ratchet play. It's 2 ugly teams, so you got to make the best of it. For WagerTalk, I'm Tony Mejia.